Ah, good morning, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, Pixie. I kicked her right in the head. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't see you right there. I'm sorry, honey. Good morning, and good morning, Lily. Hope you're all doing well. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Got my hair back today because yesterday I washed it, right? Didn't style it or anything, just left it, dried it, left it. Well, I woke up this morning and I looked like a wild woman. I mean, it was like all, kind of crunchy and whatever looking. I was like, ooh. So I just like, I'm not going to bother curling it and everything before I make a video. I like to make my videos not long after I wake up. Pixie! Because it helps with that morning anxiety that I suffer with. So yeah. This is me today, guys, and I'm only dressed because I ran to the little corner store, so after this I'm going to go take a shower and curl my hair so it doesn't look so wild. But yeah, today I just kind of wanted to talk about finding the better side of living alone, which is not easy to do, I admit. And of course this is for people who don't love living alone. If you do, then you're fine. But for people like me who don't love living alone, I'm trying to find the better side. And this morning, it was like the universe knew what was in my head. Well, this video comes into my feed of this woman, and she was talking about how she decided to get a roommate. And she said she was the nicest person, and she thought, oh, this is great, blah, 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 right? Because she was tired of living alone. Plus, she wanted to share expenses and stuff. Well, oh, strangely enough, this woman that she got as a roommate, whenever the lady who made the video would leave the house, her roommate would put her own stuff in the lady's room, right? The lady that made the video. The roommate would put her own stuff in this lady's room, and then when the lady would come home, the roommate would accuse her of stealing it. Can you imagine? I mean, that's just, there's something wrong there. So yeah, she said, it got to where I'd leave and I'd come home and I'd find her stuff in my room. And I thought, why is her stuff in my room? And then the woman would come out and accuse her of stealing it. I thought, oh my God. And then she had a heck of a time getting rid of her. She had a heck of a time getting rid of her. And I thought, oh my God. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. And the thing about that is it doesn't have to be just a roommate. If you decide to start dating somebody, who knows, nowadays what you're getting into, things are kind of crazy out there. When you're dating somebody, right? You can end up with a nut job and not even realize it for a while. But when I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh. Yeah, if you get a roommate and it doesn't work out, that can be living hell, and then trying to get rid of them can be living hell. So as I was watching that video, I was looking at my two little dogs. They were right near me, and I thought, oh boy, you guys are great. You guys are wonderful roommates. And it just kind of got me to thinking of, it is hard, for those of us that don't like it. It does lead to loneliness a lot of the time. But I am trying to find the positive side of it. I can, do what I want, when I want, if I want, how I want, however, type of thing. I can go to bed when I want, be undisturbed all night. All night, no disturbances of somebody, like if I had a roommate, getting up, having to go to the bathroom, going to the kitchen to make something, whatever. You know, all kinds of things that can disturb you. Maybe they go out, come home late, you hear them, all that. Because when it comes to having somebody in my life in terms of romance, well, that just doesn't seem to happen. So, and I'm sure the same for a lot of you. You just gave up thinking, I can't find anybody. I can't find anybody to fall in love with and spend my life with, right? And even then, I thought, man, you know, even then you can have disturbances. You know, maybe you're with maybe you end up with somebody who snores all night, or gets up and down all night, or just kind of wants to live on a different schedule than you, right? And depending on your living circumstances, it could be too much to have two people in one place, right? I know for me, when my son Nathan was living with me, I was very happy when he was living with me, but then we really started getting on each other's nerves bad. I mean bad. And I understand. It was time for him to, you know, it was time for him to be out on his own. But yeah, we really got on each other's nerves, unfortunately. I wish it hadn't turned out that way, but it did. And yeah, he's a young man. He wanted, you know, it was time for him to be out on his own. But it was very stressful. When it got to that point, it was very stressful. When we first moved here, it was wonderful. I loved having my son living with me. But slowly but surely, it was like, oh my God, this, oh my God, that, whatever, you know. So, yeah, I'm trying to find the good side of it, because focusing on the negative side of it, which is loneliness, does not help. And I'm trying to stay away from that. Like this morning when I woke up, my first thought was, oh man, another day alone. And then I kind of straightened up in bed and I thought, wait a minute. I can get up when I want. I can do what I want. I don't have to worry about compromising with anybody. Which I know would be different if you find somebody that you're in love with. Living with somebody that you're in love with is obviously different than just a roommate. Because when you're in love, you tolerate more. You just do. I mean, you compromise more. You know what I mean? So I lay there and I thought, there's that feeling again of, oh, another lonely day. And then I thought, no. I turned my thoughts around and I said, no. I've got my dogs. My son and his girlfriend are coming over, and my little granddaughter. If I don't feel like doing anything after I wake up, I don't do anything. You know what I mean? I can get up and think, I don't feel like doing those few dishes. I just don't feel like it. And I don't have to listen to anybody, you know, oh my God, the dishes are still there. Oh, the kitchen's a mess or whatever. Well, my kitchen's never a mess, but sometimes I just don't feel like doing the few dishes I've used. I just don't feel like it. It's like, I don't feel like doing them. Even though I know it'll technically take me like 5 minutes because it's just a few that I use. But there are days I just don't want to, so I don't. And that's what I'm finding is, I'm trying to find that side of it where it's like, I think about what others are going through right now, other people that I know right now in terms of taking care of their husbands and the hardship, the extreme hardship they're going through right now. I think about that. I think, man, I could be that person who's having to take care of somebody who is, you know, dementia, disabled, what have you. I could be in those shoes, and I'm not. I'm free. I'm free to come and go as I please. I'm free to do everything in one day or do nothing. I can just go to bed when I want, wake up when I want. I don't have to to put up with anything besides me. And sometimes putting up with yourself can be a lot, you know, especially if you get in a downer mood. I just have to put up with me. So if you're living alone, try to think about the good things about it. Seriously, the good things. And I know it's hard, because if you're going through loneliness, it's not easy to fight that. I am here to say I know that. I know that from my own experience in life, that there are days that loneliness can compound and drive you insane. It can drive you crazy. And as I said, this is for people who don't love living alone. But you got to start telling yourself what good there is. Come on, baby. Come on. What good there is in living alone. Especially when you think about, you know, when I think about the women I know that are having to take care of their husbands, and they are really, you know, it's really affecting their lives and their health, you know, because this is not what they expected in their later years. They thought they were going to be traveling and enjoying life and having a great time, and instead they're full-time caregivers to their husbands. And not even not even somebody who just needs full-time caregiving. I watched a video also of a woman who her husband is suffering from severe depression, and they're constantly trying different, you know, drugs to try to help him get out of it, what have you. But he's suffering severe depression. She was saying that there are times he'll just wake up and say, I'm not going to be here at the end of the day, or I don't want to continue. So she's having to deal with him mentally, not, you know, physically taking care of him, but mentally. And here, baby. And that's hard too. I mean, that's a scary thing to deal with. You know, if you got a situation like that, you don't know if you're going to wake up and find that person has done something to themselves. So that's a hard situation too. So yeah, I sit here and I think, this is it. These little guys right here are my biggest care. Somebody, you know, what I have to care for. Aside from myself, of course. But yeah, I'm looking at, I'm actually watching videos to help me realize how lucky I am to be living alone in a lot of ways. You are being a pest. You're being a pest. You want to go? Okay. What are you doing? Yeah, videos of finding the positive side of living alone. You can cook if you want to. You don't have to cook if you don't want to. You can just go get takeout. If you're in the mood for McDonald's, nobody's going to sit there, oh, that's not good for you. That's not good for you. You know, you can get whatever you want and eat whatever you want. And I've done that. I've broken down every once in a while, and I'll go get McDonald's. Very rarely, but once in a while. It's like, I want a McDonald's green chili cheeseburger, you know, and I'll go get one. Or a fish fillet. That's rare, yeah, but sometimes I gotta break down. And there's no one there to criticize me or make me feel bad about it, you know, because I'm human, and sometimes I just want what I want. Like this morning I woke up, and because of my anxiety in the morning, I have no appetite, none. I don't even want to smell food, right? Don't want to smell it. I'm not worrying about having to cook something for somebody. No. And that's a real plus right now, because with this anxiety, it's very hard for me to even eat. I've been losing weight, and the smell of the cooking smells is too much for me right now, especially in the morning. It's a lot. So yeah, I don't have to worry that I got to get up and make somebody breakfast. Like I was talking to my doctor, who's taking full-time care of her husband with dementia and all that. And yeah, she's got to get up. She's got to make his breakfast. She's got to you know, take care of him all day, all night. And I think to myself, I get to snuggle up in bed at night, fall asleep, and I am undisturbed all night long. I really am. And this is my sanctuary. Right now, this little house is my sanctuary. It's peaceful. Yes, I have tough days when I wish it wasn't me alone, but I'm working through that. And we got to work through that, guys, because it can really bring you down if you focus on being lonely, living alone. Because it's a powerful emotion. It's a powerful thought. But we got to look at it a lot of times as I've got my peace, I've got my quiet. I'm living my life. You know, I'm living my life. And yeah, it's going to be hard some days, lots of days sometimes. But I'm bringing myself to the point where it's like, there's a lot of positive in living alone. A lot in many, many ways. And so I'm focusing on that. When times get tough, I really focus on it now. I'm forcing myself. It's not going to make it all go away, no, but it will definitely help to focus on the good side of living alone. Especially after hearing that roommate story. Whew, I can't imagine getting a roommate and then it doesn't work out and then you're really stressed out and mad and angry and pissed off and you can't just get rid of them. Oh, talk about stress. Whew, that's some heavy duty stress. Heavy duty stress. So yeah, guys, just wanted to talk to you about that, help you maybe focus on the better side of living alone. Try to get your mind's path out of the side of the bad side of living alone, because I'm working hard on that, because it has taken a toll on me sometimes just feeling lonely, and I got to work against that. So anyway, guys, you take care, and I will talk to you in my next video. Have a good one, and you go get your toy. Bye-bye, guys. You crazy girl. You didn't want anything to do with me for a while there till I got on the camera.